I'm sorry, I'm trying to get everything off the
No,
screen.
take your time, girl.
So yeah, so I had got pregnant at a young age. And so I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I was so in denial. I was like, I'm not pregnant, I'm not pregnant. I was still wearing my little go-go boots, my little skirt, and I was like, and then, and I'm just like, I can't be pregnant. I'm like, please don't tell me. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I was in denial for around a long time, and I didn't go get prenatal until I was like, I'll say 4 months. I thought I was 6 months with one boy because I wanted a boy so bad. And I was actually pregnant with twins. And I was 4 months pregnant with twins. And I was just like in absurd denial. So, I already knew who the dad was. Um, and when I found him, do you know the first thing he said to me? He was like, "How you do that?" And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah." He said, "How did you do that?" And I'm like, "Dude, like, we had relations without protection. Like, duh, like, hello." So he literally carried me. Like once he found out I was pregnant, and he found out I was pregnant with twins, and I like tracked him down, and I wanted to tell him, and I was all excited. I was like, yeah, and I just knew we was gonna be a little family. Like my head was in the clouds, y'all. I was like, ooh, we gonna be a little family. We gonna raise boys, and we gonna be just as happy. And when dude said that to me, I was like, yo, what just happened? And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" And he's just totally like incognito. I couldn't find him nowhere, just totally disappeared. And my heart was broken and I didn't know what to do. So long story short, I had worked for a restaurant in Virginia. I was living in Maryland. So I worked at a restaurant in Virginia and it was a food restaurant. So mind you, being pregnant and I have morning sickness bad because I'm pregnant with twins. So morning sickness kicked my butt. So anything they made, whether it was coffee, this or that, I'm just like blah, blah, blah. Like, cause it was just, morning sickness is real. And they fired me because they was like, Ebony, we love you so much. They said, but you can't be here and you can hardly work because anything is a food restaurant. So anything they came across, somebody came in with lotion. I'm like, blah, blah. And it was just, I couldn't operate. So they fired me. And after that, it was just a domino effect. It was a domino effect to where I didn't have a job and I was scared to go home because my brother and I were roommates. So I ended up losing the place and my brother had to leave and he left and went back home to Illinois because that's where we are originally from. And so I stayed in the apartment until they basically put me out. And I did not have nowhere to go at all. So I had went to social services, and I think some of you heard this story. And I was standing in line because I was like, I need help, or I'm homeless and or on the verge of being homeless, and I need to find a place. And so while I was standing in the line, uh, and the lady was like, "Oh," she said, "You're pregnant." And I was like, "Yeah." And I said, "This line is so long." She said, "Yeah, it gets like that at social services." And so I was standing in the line, and she was like, "So what do you need? What type of help you need?" And I was like, "I need a place to stay. I need food. I need everything." I was like, "Cause I'm pregnant with twins." And she was like, "Oh my gosh." And so she was like, "Well, I know this place." She said, "Because they're gonna give you the run around here." She said, "It's a process and it takes a long time." She said, "I know this place called St. Anne's, a home for children, women, children." And she said, "I'm gonna give you the number," because she said it's not listed. She said, "So here's the number." She gave it to me. And I remember this number by heart, y'all. Now, this is years ago now. And I remember this number by heart, like 301-559-5500. I remember the number like it was nothing. So when I called and they was like, "Well, how old are you?" And I was like, That's like I'm 20." And it was like, "We stop at 19." And she said, "But just come in just in case." So I had went in and I, did a little interview and she just sat down with me and I don't know if she was going off my energy or my aura. I don't know. Cause I was just so humble. Cause I'm just like, I need a place. So I dropped any type of attitude. I just dropped it because I just knew I was in a situation where I needed help. And she was like, "Well, you know what?" She said, "We're going to see what we can do for you." She said, "Yeah, you are 20." She said, "You passed that." And she said, "You're about to be 21." And she's like, I'll see what I can do. And she let me in. I think she went in the back because this place is ran by Catholic nuns. And so I think she called me. She called me and she said, "Ebony, congratulations, we're going to accept you in." And I was just like moved to tears because they gave me a what is that word, a tour of the place and everything. And I saw all the young mothers. So basically I'm the oldest one in there. Because I mean they were like 11-year olds pregnant, 13-year-old women, girls. And I'm just like, my word. I'm like, oh my gosh. And like by grown men. And I'm just like, this is insane. So they were in the system. So they were being taken care of by, the government or so forth. So anyway, once I got in, quick thing, I called the lady back that helped me, and she had gotten a car accident. I was like, I kept calling the phone. It was like, yeah, she just got in a car accident, and we don't know what's going on. She's in a hospital, so forth. And I'm like, what? I was like, oh my gosh. It's like, yeah, you're gonna have to call back. And it was like, click. They were just talking so fast, and I'm like, oh my gosh, because I just wanted to thank her because I wouldn't have known this place. Ladies, you have to understand this is not listed. It's not in the phone book. You would have to know someone to know someone that knows someone. So I called her back again and the number was totally disconnected. So I just took that as if that was my guardian angel. And I had to because there was no other way I would have got in there. No one knew of this place. So I'm like, okay, the guy was just trying to make sure, look, you and these baby boys, these twins you got to get in a safe place. And I was there and I learned so much. And I was so humble because there were some girls in there who hated being in there. I mean, used to fight. And, I mean, so much stuff that I saw trying to commit suicide. It was so much that was going on in there. And I'm all in my bedroom. I'm humbled. I'm like, look, I got free food. I got a roof over my head. It's warm. It's in the winter. It's cool in the summer. And I was being watched over. So I was fine with that. And they loved my energy because I was just so grateful and so humbled. They gave me my first vehicle. They gave me my first job as far as, like pregnant and so forth. And once I had the twins and once they saw that, they made sure that I was able to take care of them and able to, you know, I mean, I'm a new mom and it's twins. And I'm just like, this is a lot. Like that was traumatizing for me, even giving birth because they were 7 hours apart, ladies. I had one at 9 in the morning, 9:30, 9 in the morning. The first one came vaginally, okay, 9 in the morning, and then the other one didn't come till 4:30 p.m. Let me tell you the trauma. I'm gonna tell y'all now, I have no more children. That was a when I tell you that was so much trauma for me because it was just a lot. And I made it through, but I was just like, yo, that there, we are not doing that again. Cause I was just, it was trauma for me. So anyway, I got through there. I got through there. They gave me my first place. This place was amazing. And I go visit. I even do when they do their when people donate money, I tell my story and people donate because I mean, they want to see the back then and now. And one of my boys went, and he's been through the military and he went and showed like he's just an awesome and amazing person. So they loved it. They ate that up. But that transition was a lot. That was a lot. And it's so much to the story. I mean, Mikhail, do you still want me to go still go? Because it's so much. Okay. So it's like so much to this story, y'all. So once I stayed in the apartment place that was ran by St. Anne's. They put a whole apartment community. And it was for mothers transitioning from it was called prenatal, then it was called to mother baby, because that's after you have the baby and so forth. And then you move to transition and now you're on your own in the apartments. They want to make sure to see if you can pay your bills because you have to pay rent, you have to pay electricity bill, light bill. They want to make sure that you can transition into taking care of your children and yourself and being responsible. And I did that. I was like, I was on it. I was paying my rent early, and I had a computer. And it was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so from there, I just was like, okay, I met this guy, and then I was like, and I met a lot of different guys. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna put out there and be transparent. Me being a young female with twins, them guys was looking for one thing, and that was it. And that's how I was treated. That's how I was treated. They was just like, yo, she got kids, and but yeah, we can get into the sheets. That's all they thought.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that came to mind every time. And I finally just met this one guy who didn't think that way or he didn't treat me that way. And I moved slow. I was like, oh, old school, y'all. I was like, oh, we can talk on the phone for a minute and then let me get to know you. And so that's what I did. I talked to him on the phone for a long period of time before I went on the actual date. And maybe after 30 days of talking on the phone every night, he would rush home from work just to call me because he knew I go to bed like,
Mhm.
y'all, I don't play in my sleep. I'm an advocate of sleep. I goes to bed, okay? Sleep is underrated. So I go to bed. And he would rush home to talk to me. So we end up moving in together first. We moved in together. He had a place, he had a house, and we moved in. And then we eventually got married maybe when my boys were 2. No, not married. I moved in when I was here when they were 2. And we stayed, yeah, we didn't marry for a while. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna be transparent on that. He
Yeah.
didn't want to get married. He didn't get married, y'all. This is not like a happy ending. Yay. No, he really didn't want to get married. It's like he wanted to live with me or wanted me to live with him and have marriage, marriage,
Yeah.
everything that you get in a marriage, but didn't want to get married. He's like, oh, that's paper. I don't believe in it. I said, well, sir, I'm not
They
going
always
to
say
sit
that.
with
What
you.
is that?
Yeah, that's what they say. And I was like, I should have left then. I'm gonna be honest now that who I am now and
Of
my growth
course.
that has occurred. And she's right. You're right, Nautica. He just wanted to shack up because he wanted the benefits of me cooking and I have food stamps. I
Yeah.
had food stamps. I had all the things that come with the babies and everything. So he had food, he had this, and he had a pretty nice home. It was a 3 bedroom house with a basement. And so, I just walked with it because I'll be honest, I was so insecure and
Right.
I was not loving myself. And I was just like, okay, this is a guy. He works. And I'm like, my twin boys need a father because their dad was just out of the picture. He carried me. And he said, when the guy was just welcoming me, I mean, when the guy took me in, I was just like, yeah, I'ma hang. I'ma deal with it. So that's what we did. And we didn't get married until I really put my foot down. And we didn't get married till like 2000 sheesh, 2000. I was with him. This is for, I'm telling my age, but I was with him in 98. We moved in together and we didn't get married till 2005. And that's me putting my foot down. And there was things that had
Wow.
happened. There was things that happened between there, that he had did and done. And I'm gonna be honest, my self-esteem was so low, I didn't move. I didn't budge because I'm just like, where am I go?
Yeah.
Or who's going to want me? And that's how I thought. And I'm just like, I just want my children to have a dad because he was a good guy. He was good to the kids.
Yeah.
That's, I will give him that. He was good to the kids. That's number one. Number two, not all guys, step up and do that, especially if they're not the father. So we went and did that. We got married, and it was just the marriage did its thing, and we raised the kids. But y'all, when I say I was so empty inside, and I might get emotional because the growth, I had to grow, y'all. I was so empty inside. And another thing too, with me being pregnant at a young age, I was mean to my children. I yelled all the time. I cursed at my kids. I was so angry. And I get so emotional because where I am now and my growth that occurred, my spiritual and my mental and my emotional growth that I have uh, went through with my journey. As I am now, I still can look back and just see the pain that I caused my children and the trauma because I was just young. I was angry and I couldn't do anything. And I was with a guy who I didn't really love. I was just with a guy because he was the only one that accepted me and my kids. He was the only one that was a father to my kid. And he was a good guy. He was a good human being to my kids. I would never take that away from him.
Yeah.
And just me, I was so empty that whole time I was there. I walked it out. We took our trips. We as a family. We was this and that, but there was like really no deep love there. He
Yeah.
said he loved me, but me as a woman, I know what love is. I know what being in love with is, and I know, oh, I just love you. I know the difference, and there is a difference, ladies. There's a big difference. And just with my kids growing up, just the yelling and the hollering, I spanked them. Not beat, but I spanked them.
Yeah.
I didn't
Spare the
beat them.
rod,
But
child.
it
I
was just,
understand.
yeah, but it was too much. And I could just tell the trauma that I put on my babies, just the yelling and their nerves were bad because I yelled a lot. And it was just for no apparent reason. It was for no reason. And in going through that, I promise you, when I hit that age of 40, I was already getting there. And I'm
Okay.
gonna tell y'all know us ladies, y'all know this ladies, and y'all can comment if you want. I'm telling you something. When we reach that threshold, we don't literally just go off. We don't literally just, I quit. No, because we gotta we we're methodical with it because now we gotta figure out where I'm gonna go, how I'm gonna do this. I gotta figure this out. So I'm already because some stuff that happened, he did cheat on me. He cheated on me. And that was my final straw because it broke my heart because I'm like pouring, uh, I was an at-home mom at the time and I was that's when I was working at the gym. So I'm at home mom working at the gym, kickboxing and so forth. And so I had when he cheated, I knew something was wrong because I was having dreams, just depends
Mhm.
on, who you are, but them dreams, and I was like, something's not right. And then it finally came into light because the girl, she told it all because he was still having his cake and eat it too, and she didn't like it. He's still coming home to me or whatever. And so when everything hit, I was just like, yo, but listen to me. I didn't have, and excuse my French, but I just didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. I
Right.
had nowhere to go, ladies. I had nowhere to go because I'm at a home mom. All I did was work at the gym. They paid maybe $25 per class, $15. No, back then it was like $15 per class. So I'm only teaching one or two classes a week, maybe three classes. So I'm depending on him. He's the breadwinner, and I'm home. I'm taking care of home. I'm feeding the kids. I'm picking them up from school, dropping off at school, and I would go to the gym. So I was doing all that while he worked. So when that happened, I was so broken. And I'm just like, what do I do? And I couldn't do anything because I had nowhere to go. I
Yeah.
lived all the way, moved to Baltimore City, so I didn't live by no family, and we're just there. And I'm just like, and so it was a ripple effect. After that, we his business failed because the person that he cheated with was part of the business that him and I we were running, but he was running it, but I would help because I'm at home, so I would help with the finance part. And so when all that just hit the fan, everything just domino effect, everything, like we lost our place, we everything. So I had to move into a hotel. So it was me, my husband, and my twins living in a hotel, Motel 6. And we lived there for almost 2 years. The depression that washed over me because we're in this square foot. If y'all know how them hotel rooms are, and I'm talking about Motel 6, this small room with the four of us. Now, my boys then they were being freshmen in high school. So all the stuff that's taking place, all the years that I lived with this guy, and I knew I wasn't in love, but I was just walking it out. I was just walking it out. So we lived in a hotel, and at that time, you saw him from who he was, he just broke down. It's like he almost gave up. And it's like when I saw that, that's when who God made us strong women to be. Let me tell you something. I swear it kicked in. Because when I saw my children, I saw the way he was, and I was like, no. I said, I can't do that. So I had to swallow because I was in depression. I was depressed. I
Mhm.
had to swallow all that, hide that, and I had to step up because he wasn't doing it. And that's when it clicked. Something just clicked. And I was like, as soon as I get it together and as soon as I get a place, I was like, I am out. And I said, I am leaving as soon as I get my boys established. So when that happened, we filed our taxes because a lady filed it and she messed up, and we ended up owing tens and thousands of taxes to the government. But it was her fault. She messed up. So I called, they fixed it. I got 10 grand back. I took that money, I bought a car, I moved us into a townhome, three-bedroom townhome with a basement. I was not playing. He got a job. I started working as an insurance agent, and money was just flowing in because I think it's like for some reason when there's something clicked, and when I said that's enough, it's like God was like, I got you, my daughter. It's like when he saw that was it, and I was like, I just need help. I said, because I need to go. This is not it. I'm not loved. This is like a loveless marriage. And I said, my babies were just, and they were going to school, they were seniors in high school. And it's like, I think I didn't decide to leave. I'd already had in my head, but I didn't decide to leave until they were just becoming seniors.
Mhm.
And that's when I decided to leave because that's when everything was going good for me because I've been with the insurance agency and everything built because it takes time to do that.
Yeah.
So the money was coming in, I was killing it. And I was like, yeah, so I was paying all the bills. I was doing that. He was working his job at the place. I'm so sorry. He was playing working and I was paying the bills. I was like, okay, this is good. That's when I set him down. And I was like, I want a divorce. And he just looked at me like, what? Let me piggyback. When he cheated on me, I'm going to tell you something that I did, and I don't know why. When he cheated on me, and when I
Mhm.
saw the person he cheated on with, mind you, I weighed like I was very heavy,
Mhm.
very heavy. And when he cheated on me, instead of me, I blamed me. And I said, I don't take care of myself. It's me. And I need to like give him more relations, give him more sex. I looked at all that and I did all of that. And he still treated me like I just wasn't there.
Mm.
He, He treated me yeah, see, yeah, Nautica knows. So he still treated me like I wasn't there. And it's like I was pouring out doing everything I could. So fast forward back to the townhome and be making that money. So then once I got there, that's when I decided. I was like, I woke up, and then that's when it really was a hard stop. And I remember it was 2014. I woke up, and I think I was 39. I was just about to turn 40. And I woke up, and something was like, that's enough. Something was like, click. It was
Yeah.
just, it was click overnight. It wasn't no second thought. It wasn't no, I'm gonna wait a second. Something was like, click. And it's like, I just started walking, and I was like, because I was making my money, I was doing my thing, and I did that. I
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah.
I put the work in. I did that. And I was just like, that's enough. And I set him down and I was like, I want to talk to him. I started crying because I cared for him. Because like I said, he did raise the boy. He did that part. And I was like, I want out. He was like, want out of what? I said, I don't want to be married no more. And you could tell it, he just started, in his eyes, he started getting shifty and he just started backpedaling. He started backpedaling like, oh, I'm sorry. And I'm like, it's too late. I've been trying to go to therapy. I done tried to pour my heart out. I put myself on a back burner for you. I did this, I did that, and like I wasn't in a good headspace.
Mhm.
And I said, now that I'm there and my flower was starting to bloom, like my confidence and like everything. I was 230 pounds. I got all the way down to 130. I went to 130 pounds. I did a detox. I did a cleanse. I cleared my mindset. I changed my mindset about food. Y'all, I did not play no games. If y'all see my before and after picture, you be like, oh my God, that is not true. I'm like, no, yes, it is. And so I put in the work. And because my whole mindset, my threshold for BS was completely, it was done, done. And he tried and he got so angry. So he was so angry. The energy was so bad where we lived at together because I thought I
Mhm.
could still walk it out until I transitioned to move. But he was so angry, his energy was so bad, it started affecting the boys. And it was like, Dad is being mean, Mom, he's nitpicking, he's this and that. Now, mind you, my boys are seniors,
Right.
going to be yeah. So he was like, he's just being mean. And they was like, we're going to the military right out of high school because we don't want to stay with him. So they were disturbed. So I was like, okay, you going to the military? And he's like, yeah, we're going. And and they were angry. They were just angry about the situation, but they didn't want to be there with him. So I moved because the energy was just so bad to come home to. And he was just constantly, he wasn't abusive. He never called me by my name and he never yelled at me. But the energy was just bad. And I'm up here making money. I'm like, look, I can't go to work like that, sir. We're going to get these coins and these papers, secure the bag. I was on a whole different level. Like I wasn't even thinking about dude. Cause I'm just like, I'm getting up out of here. So about time before my boys graduated. It was just about they've had maybe 6 months left, and I didn't want to take them out of there. I moved somewhere else because their high school they walk down the street. I was like, "Kid, just stay here until you graduate." And they was like, "That's cool. We'll make it work." And I moved. I paid up all the bills for him. I because that's how much I was doing good. I paid up the bills for him, and then I left. And do you know he went down? He spiraled down after that. After the boys graduated, they went to the military right out of high school, and he lost the apartment. He lost the townhome, and he just went down, down. And I was already gone. I was in my apartment, and he became homeless. He became homeless, and that did break my heart. It did hurt me, and I just didn't feel right, like my son's dad, because that's their dad. Because he stepped in, he been taking care of them since two. To me, that's their dad. And I was like, if my boys come home and see they dad homeless and I'm in this nice, lavish 1 bedroom loft in a really posh area, I said, they're going to be like, Mom. And so I had to let him come live with me. And I let him live with me. And God, y'all, I had a little boyfriend and everything. I was all excited because I lived my best life in that apartment, y'all. I was. And I worked my butt off to get there. Like I was good at what I did. I was amazing. Like it was a new evening. Like I mean, I was just the whole keeping myself in the shell and feeling like I did when I was with him and not in love and not, it's just this whole, I beamed. And that's who we are naturally. God didn't play no games making us. He made sure that we were very strong. He made sure we could do a lot of things. I mean, like we're Jackie of all trades. We take care of spouses, children, we're moms, dads, aunties, we do a lot and we still have to be cute and do at all times, for people that we're not even relatives to, blood relatives we help. So it's just that once that boom, and I left. I left. I got a divorce, and the divorce was quick, because in Maryland, you can get a divorce in 30 days if you own no bank accounts together, you didn't own a house together, if your children would know, if they were children were older than it's either 8 or 9. If they're a certain age, if they're older, you can get, I think it was 10. You get up. So we were able to, and I dropped his last name and I kept, because I put it Caldwell Osborne. I dropped his last name and I kept on going. And
Mm.
he was heartbroken. He was heartbroken. And I after that, I still had to go through my healing as well. Cause like once I got to myself in my apartment, I had to go through
Yeah.
that. It's a process, because even after the divorce and dating, I was still in a messed up mindset. I'm hurt. I'm thinking, all y'all dogs, all y'all, and that's not, ladies, that's not the right way to do.
Mm-mm.
Cannot take that energy from someone else and take it to another guy, because not all guys are the same. I
Mm-mm.
know, contrary to belief, y'all, all guys are not the same. But my main concern was just healing Ebony, because I did date after that, and I was just attracting men that just wasn't about nothing. I'm gonna be honest. They weren't. All of them now, they just wanted sex. Some of them played games like we stupid. And y'all know us women, we have our women intuitions. We are the smartest beings on this earth. I don't care what no one says. We are. We feel it. We know it. We have women's intuition. And I always tell men, do not bet against the woman's intuition, because that is a gift from God. Do not bet against it. At all times, we will always win and we will always know. Now we might not act on it, but we know.
Mhm.
We definitely know, ladies. So from there, I moved forward, and I'm here. I live in Georgia now, and I felt stagnant in Maryland. I stayed in Maryland for a while because I wanted to start business. I wanted to do a lot, but I just felt stagnant. I moved to Georgia, and I've been taking off since I've been here, and just my meditation and my growth and the speaking, because God told me, He was like, my daughter, everything that you went through, all that stuff, and y'all, I ain't tell y'all everything because we would be here for days. It's so much, ladies. We'd be here for days, but that growth and just dating the other men and learning. And I wasn't mad. I took it as a lesson. I took that lesson. I said, we're not gonna do that again. Each guy that I was with, and if I ain't like what he did and what he did, because I was like, I learned from that lesson. Became enlightened, and I said, yeah, now that's not gonna happen again, ever. So I am here, and I'm
Amen.
grateful, and I'm loved. I'm highly favored, and just where I am, ladies. I tell you, when I walk, I swear that crown on my head, I don't even walk with my head down, because your crown gonna fall off. So you always adjust yourself, and you always walk. I'm telling you, and it can start wherever. Because I'm 48 now. I'm 48, and I really take care of myself. I take care of my mental, my spiritual, my emotional. I plays no games. I don't walk around with an attitude with men. I don't do that. But don't come across to me wrong, because I'll just tell you no, thank you. That's a hard pass. It's a hard no. And I'm good, because I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not. I don't have time for it. I don't. As far as with my boys, they needed therapy. They needed therapy. And that's because of all that stuff that I did to them. And I had to acknowledge that. When they got to that age, and I want to just make sure y'all, I want to be clear with any of you that do have small children, please be careful how you talk to your babies. They're
Mhm.
going to remember all that. My boys are 27 now. And the stuff that I did back then, like they had to come to me at 26, either 25 or 26, they actually opened up. And I knew it was coming, because you could just tell by their demeanor. Like they respect me, because that's how I was. I was militant. So they respect me. But you saw the hurt that I imposed on my children. And when they came to me, one of them in particular, because I have the twins, and one of them, and he just cried. He was so angry. So I just let him just spill it. I let him spill it all out. And I didn't say anything. I just let him. And once he did it, I said, I acknowledge everything I've done to you. And I said, I apologize with everything that I have. And I said, until the rest of my time that I have on this earth, my job is to make sure that you are not an angry male walking around having mommy issues because of your mother's own issues that she got no help from. And I put that on you. And I said, I'm sorry. I said, well, please don't carry that around and treat women a certain way. Because there's a lot of hurt men around here, y'all, that treat women very bad because of what their mothers did to them. And so I had to apologize, because that's the last thing I need is for my babies to walk around angry. And I acknowledged it. I apologize, and I love them. And it's a process. We still walking through it. But I get my calls. Hey, mom, how you doing? I love you. And I don't bother them too much, like I want to, but I let them call me when they want to call. just to see, and they do. They call me, they ask me if I'm okay, do I need anything? So I just want to let you ladies know, please be mindful of the way you treat your children or anybody in your household. Them kids remember that, and they will come to you. I swear, please be mindful, y'all, because it's real and it affects your babies. It do. But I'm here now. Anything else you want to talk about, Mikhail?
It's so much to pull from. I have so many questions, but I would if anyone who was listening just now, if you have anything to say before I get to talking, please do. Say if you have any questions of what did you relate to as to what she talked about the most, or what you'd like to hear more about, go ahead and share that. If not, your girl's gonna take over because she's got plenty to say.
Yeah.
When you said like something clicked, like that's so real. I feel like whenever you have just taken enough of something or
Yes.
you're tired of just feeling so low and just like I feel like there's phases of my life that are just like a blur because I just like focused, zoned in, and just did what I had to do to get out. And then it's like you go through it again and you're still kind of walking, but you wake up in like intervals. So it's
Yep.
like, okay,
Yes.
this, I'm not selling for that anymore. So I'm not available down here, but I'm still like
Yes.
kind of right here. And then like you go through that and then you're like, oh, yeah, no, this ain't the one. Then you go, like I heard that throughout your stories several times, and I can see that in my own life. Um, how I woke up from like levels. It seemed like levels that I was available for. That's the only way I know how to put it is like, um, I was unable to like connect. Like I feel like I always tell the girls or say in my podcast that I feel like I was attacked in relationships and connection with like everyone. My mom, my like the people around me. I was bullied in high school, or not in high school, in college. You would think we'd be over that by then, but and then like when it came to relationships, like I sought solace in men because like I didn't trust women.
Mhm.
And so like men were like that was like who I want to be around, and obviously if you're attractive and they're attractive you're going to end up in relationships with them. So it's like
Yes.
that was mainly my friends, and then it was like I would end up in relationships, but it was like I was relying on them for what God should have been for me for a
Yes.
long time. And it's like they're literally your God because it's like you'll I wanted to wait till marriage to have sex. Okay, that's where I'm a PK. Okay, it was just instilled in me. But it's like all that went out the window when I was trying to find peace in them versus like being whole and healed here by myself and being okay I wasn't okay by myself. I didn't want to be by myself. I had to face everything that I had been trying to heal from and like pain and all that stuff. Like I realize that now. And then I feel like you go to a whole nother extreme where you're like, it's just me. Like it's me. I got this. I'm focused. And now you're just like, yep, it's just me. Nope. You don't touch me here. You don't touch, like you said, you're like, men ain't this, men, like you're like that. You're like, nobody, I'm
Mhm.
good. I'm by myself. I'm on my journey. So it's like, I feel like a lot of the levels you went through, I'm also seeing in my own life
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like, every time I woke up, it seemed like you just look around and you're like, what am I doing here? Like, this happened? Like, this seems like such a mess. And it's like, how did I allow myself to be treated this way for so long and be numb to it? It's like
Yeah.
I almost was unaware that I could do better or that I was worth more or that this wasn't the best I could do ever. And it's like, I don't know how we get to that point. I mean, I'm sure it's just a compilation of trauma, but
Yeah.
like we get to that point and you just like, you're walking in this place that is beneath you
Yep.
for so long. And then you're like, oh, wait, I'm coming up a little bit, at least out of this area. But yeah, I heard that in your story. And every time you said I woke up, I can literally remember the times I woke up in a state that was like way, but it's like no more.
Yeah.
Just you just decide and
Yeah.
and no more. And it's like, no, I'm not dating like that anymore. I'm not
Yeah.
allowing myself to be available to that anymore. Because if you're not available to it, it's not gonna happen to you.
Yeah, and the help is
So
there. Like you say, once you make that decision, you be like, "That's enough." I swear, God be like, "Look," God be like, "That's all I was waiting for."
that's all
I was
you need
waiting
to
because
say.
He's waiting on you because He's always there. God is always there, but He's
Always.
waiting on you because what He give us is free will. So He's not going to intervene unless it's something He know He needs to intervene. I've seen His work. Trust me, I've seen His work. So I just feel like Mikkel was saying is like until you click and say that's enough, He'd be like, "Okay, good." He's like, "Okay, here I come,"
Here's
all
this,
right, here
here's
you
this,
go.
here's
It's like
this,
you have to
this.
accept, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
but once you keep having that blockade up and you don't want to hear it and you just keep walking and like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But once you click and you be like, and I remember I said, I need help. I said, I'm ready to leave. And I said, I just need help. Then after that, everything just started coming. I was like, yes. So yeah.
The fact you got into that home in general when you were past the age, that was literally God. I mean,
Oh yeah. Yeah, because he was like, I gotta protect her and these twins, and them boys got things to do. And she still got things to do. It's like, so yeah, so I do know. Yeah. That was protecting
100%.
me.
Like
Yes.
that was just divinely
Yeah.
orchestrated. It
Oh
was
yeah, I know.
obvious.
I
It's
know.
beautiful. Like, cause it's like he's always watching, but like I remember moments like that also in my life, but it's like I knew he was there and available, but I did not trust him because
Yeah,
when I
I
was
went through that.
yeah. So just mildly, I'll touch on it. But so I grew up, my grandma was a pastor, my mom was about to be ordained, and then my grandma got diagnosed with ovarian. And very quickly, like it progressed, but she was still waking up at 5 a.m., worshiping, praising the Lord. She was still running her ministry, cooking for people, taking people in. Like I just saw her be like the ultimate beacon of light, like a woman of God, right? Forever. And it
Yes.
was just like, that was a great example. But like, because of that, I was like, this is just a trial. Like, she gonna be, I mean, God would not take someone like this from the earth. So it's like, I'm not even worried. And so like I was, blossoming. I'm like 15, 16. I'm getting pretty. Like I want to be out and about with my friends and stuff. So like I didn't spend the time with her as if it was like her final years because I was like, okay, well, like she's not gonna die. So like I have my whole life to be with my grandma. Like that was my mindset at 15.
Yeah.
And so when she passed, it was like, huh? Like I was not prepared. Like, what are we doing? Like, I was just like flabbergasted. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that was blind faith. I don't know what it was, but I really was just like, he's going to heal her. I did not think she was going to die. I truly didn't. And so when she did, it was like the ultimate betrayal. Cause it's like, most people would be like, oh, yeah, we're making preparations. She's passed. I'm like, no, she's not. Anytime anyone said it, I was going hard for God. I was going hard for her. She gonna live. And then she goes. And so from there, like I was like 18, it was just like, I can't trust you for nothing. Okay, definitely can't trust you to do things that I desire to happen. Like best case scenario for me, yeah, you're not interested in that clearly. So I still believed in him. I never like denied him, but the trust was broken. And we don't realize like our relationship with God is just like if a person betrayed you or a person like let you down or a person disappointed you. Like me and God had to go through therapy sessions together, like
Oh
as an
yeah. Oh
adult
yeah.
woman, because
Oh
I was
yeah.
like, let's talk. If you really want to talk about this, because he
Yeah.
opened it up I would
Yeah.
come to him, but he was like, can we talk about this? Because this is where it started.
Yes.
Can we face this? Because you're upset with me. And I never was taught that I could be upset with God about situations that I felt like he could have done something about, especially that. And so from an early age, I was already seeking other things to fill me, not you. Like, I want you to be here, but only to like a certain degree. Like, like kind of like when someone betrays your trust and they're there, they're good to you or whatever, they're good friends still after that, you try to forgive them, but there's still a distance. You're still kind of holding them at this arm's length because you're like, I don't
Yeah.
really trust you yet. And
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I need you to show, I mean, I just don't. I don't really trust you like that. And I treated God like that for like until now. I'm 32 now, I'm about to be 33. Okay. I was 19. Me and him are
Hmm.
still talking through those things. But
Yeah.
allowing him back in to trust him to have good things for me has been the hardest, part of my relationship with God, because how you just said, like, you came from being literally homeless in a home. But if you didn't allow yourself to be available to the fact it could get better, then you probably would still be there or living on
Yeah.
support or being
And stuff.
codependent on a
Yes.
guy or whatever.
Yes.
But you allowed yourself to see, like, oh, wait,
Yeah. I was humbled. I was like, look, I got a roof on my head. I was like, thank you. And I was like, let's make it work. Make it work.
the humility, the humbling season, it's just
Yeah.
everyone,
Yeah.
I think we all go through it in our own way, but being humbled by your situations
Yeah.
is something that is necessary, but it's
Yeah.
probably the most painful,
Yeah.
because then you can, it's hard to well, for me it was hard to be like, okay, Mick, like it can get better, like it can, because we
Yeah.
stay on that level as women, we settle, okay, you're in a relationship with somebody, you're like, this is a loveless marriage, like you admitted it, right? Some people don't.
Yeah.
Some people are like, this is just what it's supposed to be like. My mother was in a marriage like this, my auntie was in a marriage like this, like that's just how it goes, and you
Yeah. I
just like
was like, yeah.
accept it.
Yeah.
But you were like, mm-mm.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't. I was like, well, I got kids. I was like, I ain't nobody gonna want. That's how I thought because I was really beating myself up. I got kids. Nobody gonna want somebody with all these kids. And so no, I totally. And you're right. Yeah, Tamar, is it Tamar or Tamar?
Tamar,
He said Tamar. He's like, we need to break those generation curses. You're exactly right, Mama. You're
because you think
exactly
it's
right.
normal, and it's not. You can have a
No.
marriage where you're in love and you marry your
Yes.
best friend. You
Yes.
can do that, but
Yeah.
how do you make yourself available to believe that
Yeah.
better is coming? I'm asking you this. Like, how do you how did you be like, no, I can do better than this? Like, what did that look like?
It was like that click. I promise you, because once like I had said before, Mama, once I made in my head, I was like, this ain't it. I looked around, I was like, this ain't it. I said, I don't feel whole. I didn't feel full. I didn't feel loved. And it's like, and it took me all that time, y'all. I mean, almost 40. And I was just like, I woke up, I remember getting up and I was like, this ain't it. I
Wow.
just reached my, I swear, that's why I do
Yeah.
like this, because that's
Yeah.
how it was. It
Yeah.
was just
That's,
click.
I understand it. Like, I get it.
And when
That's
women
why I
do that,
said
we do that. Women do that. Women,
we
y'all
do.
know
We
us
wake
ladies,
up.
all of y'all here. Y'all know when we get tired of something, it could be a girlfriend, a dude, a job, or something. It's like once we click, we start, our brain started, and we be like, okay, I'm about to get up out this.
Mm. So how did you, well, I guess, did you ever have a point where you were like you understood and you were ready to go? Like you're like, this is, I can do better than this, but this isn't it. But
Yes,
you
yes,
still
babe.
went through the motions because
Yeah,
you
I
had
had to go
all
through
these
the
other
motion.
reasons.
Yeah, all the other reasons was my children, my children, my children. And they never knew that he cheated on me back then.
Mm.
So, I never told them. They just thought, oh, this lady's lying and she doesn't. And, they were young, so not young, young,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
young enough to know.
Young. Yeah.
And when they finally found out, he told them. And he told me, he said, your mother stayed. He said, and I did that to her. He said, I did. And
Wow.
and the boys said, one of them came to me, he cried, he stayed for us. He said, you stay because you want us to make sure. And I said, yeah. And he cried. He said, Mom, I'm so sorry. And he was a senior. He was
Oh.
just about to go to the military. And he's like, you stay for us. He's like, and I'm so sorry. And he just started crying. And I cried. And I was like, it's okay. I was like,
Mm.
I'm still here. I said, I'm fabulous. I said, I'm making
Come on.
so, yeah, I kept myself in a good headspace. But ladies, I will say this. Once you make that choice, the situations, the circumstances, the people, the blessings, things will become aligned. I
Yes.
know it seemed like it's not there. I know it
Yes.
seemed like, oh my gosh, how I'm gonna get out of this. But I promise you, it's like once I made the decision and everything just started coming, and I'm like, whoa. And I ain't stopping to get scared. I was like, yep, let's go ahead and get this. It was a lot to take in, and at the same time, there's a lot of growth that had to occur in me because if you don't allow that growth to occur, you're gonna keep repeating it. Hence, the guys that I kept dealing with
Oh,
that would
yep.
acting a dang on fool and this and that. And I'm like, if you keep getting, and you can't keep pointing the finger at the guys. And so I'm gonna be fair, ladies. We can't keep pointing the fingers at God because the energy you putting out is the energy you're gonna get back. So if you're walking around and if you're angry and if you're mad, you're pissed off or whatever, and you blaming guys, everybody, you're gonna keep attracting that same. So
Yes.
that's why
Spirit. It's
me
true.
being by myself in that apartment too, after that last guy and I broke down and I was like, I was like, I need to be by myself. I was like, I need to be by myself. And ladies, let me tell you something. The peace that I received of
Ain't
being
nothing
by
like the peace.
myself was absolutely, y'all, let me tell you something. Peace Even as of now, as of today, I am 48. And I'm dating a guy now who I think I'm going to marry, but we're gonna move slow on that. But I told him, I said, if my peace is ever disrupted while I'm with you, I said, sir, I said, and I'm looking him dead in his face. I said, I will gently bow out. I'm not gonna argue. I ain't scratching no cars because that's not me. But I will bow because you're gonna miss this. You're gonna miss this awesome and amazing energy, this awesome, amazing, and beautiful woman that I am, the queen that I am. We play yes, period, Brittany. Brittany, you better say it. And I said,
And
the
Brittany
person,
will.
what? She said, yes, once I felt it like the whole got up. So what she said, I can't even read it. I was trying
I
to read
think
it.
she
I'm
meant
sorry.
weight off her
My
shoulders.
bad. I'm
When
I
sitting
know.
here trying to text and eat at the same time, just getting it all
you,
twisted.
go
I
ahead,
can
you
hear
can
though.
say it. You can
I
say it. Go
see.
But I
ahead,
was just
Nautica.
basically saying, once I left, it felt like the world was lifted off my shoulders because it was nothing. Once I left and I came back home with my parents, peace was just like immediately, and it was like
It's amazing.
a breath of fresh air.
It is
So,
amazing. And then people are only going to do what you allow them to do. That's something I learned,
Mm,
even
mm,
at of
mm,
age
mm.
48. People are going to do what you allow them to do. Right down to men, women, it don't matter. Cousins, family, because I got family members that I love from afar because I'm so positive now. I'm a motivational speaker now. I'm a life coach. So where I'm at, my peace is everything. Right down to my dad. I said, Dad, I love you. I said, but you're disrupting my peace. I'm gonna have to love you from afar. You're gonna have that's right, Mikhail. You better. So yes, I love from afar. I love you, but from afar, because my peace is everything. My feng shui, whatever you want to use to call it. But ladies, put yourself first. And I'm not saying put yourself first as far as uh just leaving people out to hang. I mean, you know, you gotta take care of your children, you gotta take, but listen, you gotta take care of you because if you're not taking care of you can't keep taking care of everybody else. Because now you'll not be at ease. Because what's going to happen? Now you're feeling sick, you're upset, you're stressed out. So now your body's not at ease. So now your body's at a dis-ease. And put those two words together, disease. It is not a game, ladies. Do not allow people to walk over you. Don't allow people to talk to you any type of way because you're worth more than that. Trust me, you'll find the strength. You'll find the circumstances, people. Even it's from yourself. It stems from you because you are a creation made by the Creator. So therefore, you create. Right, Mikhail?
You better go ahead, girl. I'm letting you talk now.
Create your joy, create your peace, create your abundance, create your self-worth, create your love. Because I create all that for me. And let me tell you now, any man that comes up to me, he better come. And I'm not mean. I'm not mean. I'll smile. Hey, how you doing? But the way that I stance and the way that I walk is not of conceit. It's just that you know that love and that respect that I have for myself, you have no choice but to honor it. Because I'm not gonna let you do anything else but that. Please make that be known, ladies. I promise you. And it'll work itself out. It'll work itself out. Just know your worth. Just and sit in it, bask in it,
Mm,
glow in that. Yes,
back.
because you are love and light. You are a bright beacon of light, ladies. Yes. That's it, mama.
See, she's amazing. I just need to wake up to you
Girl,
to
I
be
went through
like,
a lot.
you
I've been
can
through a
do
lot.
this. You can
Girl.
do it. Today is gonna be a good day. Like,
I'm
I'm
just
gonna
telling
need
a
that.
small version because we only got for so much time. I was like, get it out.
No, it was a good, I think it shows a lot because it's like we hear people being like, there's homeless people, there's women who are getting pregnant young, but it's like unless you see hear the experience, you're not like connected to it. Like the empathy for it is hard to have when like we live in Atlanta. There's literally homeless people as we drive by, like
Yeah,
in tents and stuff. But like what can we really do about, like, you know what I mean? It's so much of it. It's hard. But when you hear a one-on-one story, it does something for you because then you're like, from that space, they
it can
came
be
up out
done.
of it. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it
Like,
can be done.
it's so strong and it's such a good example
Yeah,
that like wherever you are, you're always going to keep leveling up if you try. Because like
what?
you said, once you understand, like, oh girl, okay, it's time to leave. It's time to leave this spot, this man, this
Oh yeah,
place, this worth that I feel for myself. It's time to
yeah,
leave this area.
yeah.
But if you keep it, I know people who put it off. You know what I'm talking about?
I did that for a long time. You said put
Because,
it off,
and
mama?
I did too. Yeah, put it off. Like, you're like, I know it's time to go. I know this ain't for me, but it's like, oh, but maybe, and you talk yourself out of it, right? Because you're
For
trying to stay safe.
years.
We do that
For
a lot as
years.
women.
Yeah, yeah. And then some men, I'm gonna give some men they part, 'cause some men, once they know you about, they like, wait a second, what? What did I do? Let me know, and that's when the doors of communication opens as well. And like I say, not all God's are bad. I do open myself up for love again. I don't block it off,
Right.
because God is love. So
Right.
I do open myself up to love, but it's going to be a respectful, healthy love. I always say it. Y'all know I speak affirmations, but Kel no, because she got me on something else on that. So I'm an affirmation queen. I had to speak life into myself. So I do speak life into myself. I'll be like, Ebony, baby girl. I will stand in the mirror. I swear I got so many affirmations, y'all. I could go on for hours of the affirmations, because you have to speak life into yourself first, please. And then that's when you'll attract the people, like I said before, honor and will respect that love that you have for you. Right, Mikhail?
Can I ask you this?
Yes, mama.
How did you know that it was like you had love for him,
I
but like you
did.
knew it wasn't like romantic, deep, like true love, right?
At the
Can you
beginning,
explain that?
yeah, at the beginning, but I knew it just by our actions. Really the way that he acted, because I was lovey-dovey. I'm like, you see my face, right? So yeah, I'm lovey-dovey, and I was going to put in the work, because I'm like, I'm coming here with the kids, and you came in here with, he didn't have he didn't have. So I'm just like, I felt that I was the one that was, what word I want to use? Like I had the baggage. I don't want to use that word, but that's what it felt
No,
like.
no, I get it. Like,
I
do you
had
feel
the
like
baggage.
your love language was not being met, or do you truly feel like the love
Can
was
I?
met?
No, I'm gonna be honest. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
tell me,
about to be transparent, ladies.
please.
I was a single mom with twin boys. He was my out. I lived in a maternity home. I'm just being honest, ladies. So guess what? I got what I put myself into.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you don't sit here and see me blaming him. As of today, we are the best of friends, because I put myself in that position because of where I was at. I did not want to stay over there in that place, in that apartment. I did, and I was humbled. I was grateful. But it's just that I'm like, my boys need a dad. They need a two-parent home, blah, blah, blah. And then the other guys just coming through like just wanting to bang, and just that's all they wanted. And then when he came along, he was not that type of person.
Right.
And so I ran. I was like, let's go. He has like, well, I got a house and blah, blah, gone. So I did it for the purpose of my children. And that's when that whole time of duration of me with him, the children were put before my needs of, I'm married, but it's okay. But I'll just walk it through. That's what it was. So yeah,
I
Mikhail,
got
did
you.
I
Yeah.
answer it? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, because I think like how Tamar said, generate we need to break these generational curses. Like a
Yes.
lot of us see loveless marriages.
Yeah. Yes.
Like
You can see them, and it. Just even them walking, the way they know, you see it.
like my aunt and uncles did not love each other. I'm sorry if y'all are watching on live. If anyone in my family is watching on live on YouTube, whatever. But they clearly don't love they don't love each other.
Yeah.
My uncle dogged my aunt out for years. My aunt stayed, whatever. It was functional, purely functional. You're paying the bills. I'm taking care of the kids.
Yep.
This is a functional
Yep.
relationship. We're functioning. The kids need a parent, whatever. Like, and all that. It's just like, you see it so much that like I think we then are like, oh well, I don't feel the sparks or whatever like anymore, or we'll talk ourselves out of the fact that like romantic love is what we think it is or what we know it is. I feel like you said with women, like we know what it is. We know what that feels like. But
Yeah.
like when we find a functioning relationship, because we're used to garbage,
Yeah.
like you find someone and you're like, oh, he's here. He's showing up.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. You
he's
said it right.
yeah, he's not beating me. So like,
That's what I
why
said.
won't
I'm
I
like,
just why
yeah, I was
wouldn't I
like,
just be
he
with him?
works
Like
because, yeah,
instead
yeah,
of being like, oh wait, I can have genuine, like true, like love, where he's not
yeah,
just doing stuff out of duty.
no,
It's because like he loves me and
yeah,
our children. You
yeah,
know, I feel like that's such a big thing. Because
yeah,
as soon as Tamar said generational curses, that's what I thought of was like, I have literally either only seen divorces or loveless marriages, like
yeah.
in my own family or
And the
sphere.
generation curses too with all the baby daddies. So, we go
Oh,
through that
the
because
broken
I was
homes.
I was one of those with
Yeah,
him.
I
Yeah,
never met my dad, girl.
yeah,
So
yeah. So yeah, we've been through
same.
all that. Yeah, yeah,
But I'm trying to correct that. I'm trying to be the family member that And then, there are functioning relationships where I feel like they do love each other, but it's a lot of shacking. And I just don't want that. I just don't want that.
Yeah, and you're not gonna get that because you don't want it. You already put your foot down, so it's already done. You already said it is done.
I
Yeah, that's
don't. I
not what
don't
you want.
judge nobody who's doing it. I
I
don't.
don't judge anyone either by far. I just tell my story
It's
and then
not for
hopefully
me.
it just helps them any time or anywhere. Because that I don't do because I done been in a lot of relationships that did nothing for me, but I didn't want to be by myself. But as of now, I'm okay. I love myself. I take myself out on a date. I'll do all types of stuff. I swear. But the guy I met now, he saw
I
me.
swear.
And I will tell you, like January 1st, I wrote down what I would want in a partner. I wrote everything down, but I made sure that I'm aligned with that too, because you can't ask for all that and then you're not where you need to be too, because you got to give your and do your part. You understand?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but once I did that, that's when I met him. Once I put all that down, and he saw, I said he gonna know me when he see me, and that's that. He did. He was like, "Yo, player from the Himalayas." I'm just playing.
No,
So yeah,
I was just telling Tamar this is that like I feel like how we say like, oh, I feel like I'm being hidden, like this season I'm being hidden. But like I
I
realize
like
now,
that.
I mean, it feels like it because like you're kind of just like focused on you and you're like,
Yeah,
okay, I'm getting closer to God. Like I'm enjoying living in my house by myself, I'm enjoying my energy and my peace. And I'm learning what peace is because for so long I didn't have it. And so to
yeah,
me, peace was being in a relationship. Like that
yes,
was my peace. Or drinking. Like that was how I turned my brain off and found
yes,
peace, right? So like learning what like peace is, sitting here like doing what I love to do. Like I'm able to go to work, do what I love to do. I'm able to have a good relationship with God. I'm able to know my worth. Like I'm just enjoying life right now as like knowing who I am because I didn't know who I was for a long time. And just
yeah,
understanding what peace is because I didn't know what it was for so long. But now I feel like now that I know what peace is, I can tell when you come in and infiltrate it.
yeah,
When someone comes, if I date someone new and they come in and mess it up, now I know what that looks like. Because Meg was disturbing my peace for decades. Okay. And I
yeah,
thought that was normal. I thought that I was living in chaos. But to me, that was normal. But
yeah.
now that I've had that time to be like, this is what peace looks like. Now I know what it looks like when you come in and disturb my peace, like you said.
That's right.
Because now
Period.
I took the time to find out what it was. I
Yeah,
didn't
that
know
piece was
what it was.
everything. That's where the growth occurred too. Just being by myself, that growth that was needed. That's when it occurred, and it was awesome. It was an awesome journey. Like if someone told me you have to do that back over again for myself and my sanity and my peace and the love for me, I surely will. Thank you.
We stand LaShonda's marriage. Like she talks so highly about her husband. It's
I
beautiful.
know. I just told her. I think that's
It's
absolutely
so
amazing. It's
beautiful. We love
beautiful.
it. We
It's
need
beautiful.
someone to tell
Yes,
us that we can have that because,
and that I do
like I
know.
said,
Yeah,
yes,
that I do
yes.
know. I don't. I didn't block love. I opened myself to love. It's just now I'm at a higher place consciously, and so I'm at a higher place
You
of
start
being.
attracting it. You start
Yeah.
attracting other, like, because men do work too. There are men who are whole
Mhm.
too. There are men who love God too.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
men exist, but like for some reason, when we're down here, we talk ourselves like we make it seem like it's a scarcity of that. And it may seem that way because you don't see it on media, on social media. What you see on social media is a lot of foolery.
Yeah,
But
it
like
is.
whenever you're actually like if you're living with God on your side, then he's an abundant God. So why would there be a scarcity of the thing that we desire in our hearts to have? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So for me, I feel like coming out of oh, those men don't, there's not that many men like that, because of what I've been through,
Yeah.
evolving the
Yeah.
speech, talking like that, because
You're
they're
right
not
on.
speaking it. I'm not doing that
Yeah,
anymore.
you got to be careful because that's the power of the words you speak. You're exactly right.
But it exists, ladies, and we all wait holding out for that. Okay, if we're not already in, because
But
it exists. It exists. Pray for your girl, but it exists. But I had a point. I was saying you're feeling like you're in your hidden season until you become available to the fact that those types of men exist. And then those types of men, you attract those types of men because now you're on the same wavelength. That's
and
what I
that's where
wanted
I
to
was
say
at.
initially.
And you're right, baby, because that's where I was at. And then I just met this one, but that's where I was at. And I was just like, all right now. I was like, I've learned and I've grown. I mean, I'm quite sure there's still going to be more growth until the day I expire from the earth. That's cool. But I was like, I'm ready for a healthy relationship because I know where I'm at. And that's when it came. Yeah.
And then
So
you start attracting higher
I
quality men. So
did.
that's where I'm at now.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at now. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I
Because
didn't
they see
know
you.
y'all existed, but what's up?
They see you. They
No.
see you. That's why they see you.
And they approach you differently. Like when you are
What?
holding yourself
Conversation?
differently, conversation is different. That like I had a lot of guys tell me like, "Oh, I'm not even gonna waste your time, or I'm not ready for a woman like you." Like blatantly say that. Like, yeah, like you have
But
your own
that's okay.
routine. Like I love that. No, I love that. I'd
That's okay.
rather someone be like, "Hey,
That's okay.
I'm actually," but it's because now I'm so secure in where I'm at. That's good. I'm glad I repel the people who are not ready to step
Yeah.
up to where I'm
Yeah.
at
Yeah. Yeah.
and won't settle for less. So continue to see the growth and the healing. Because
Yes.
hello.
Yes.
But anyone else? Does anyone else have any Nautica? Did you want to say anything to Eb, Tamar? I hope you guys are going to come to Mama You Got It because it's going to be very healthy for all of us. So like Ebony, how do you feel about those of us who want to have kids coming? Or like Jasmine, she's a teacher and she plans on opening up a foster home.
Ooh.
Yeah, the one that was just on here. So like women like that, like how do you feel like, what do you feel like for us we can do in Mama You Got This? Like, do you feel like we can come or are we welcome?
No, everyone is welcome because I feel that everyone has no,
Um,
listen, mama, because everyone has some sort of type of knowledge of where we can all come together and help each other. She said I'm a teacher,
Yeah,
see?
and Brittany's a teacher too.
Yeah.
Because
And
Jasmine
I
and
love
Brittany
that.
are teachers. Yeah. They want
And I like
to
that
come.
because I'm sorry, Mikhail. Go
No,
ahead.
it's okay. I'm just saying we want to come.
Well, see, I think we can all come together collectively because everyone has certain aspects they can help each other out with. I just think with us all coming together and the topics that we discuss, things that I've learned from mine, but then there might be other people that's dealing with children with autism. There might be people that's dealing with multiple children or a blended family. There might be people so we can all bring something to the table and help uplift each other. Do you understand? So I think it's awesome to be there because you gotta understand the children, that's already they're the people that's gonna be taking we gotta make sure they're in the right mind,
I
y'all.
mean, yes.
Because I swear, because we're gonna be at the hands of them, so we gotta make sure. Right, Mikkel?
Yeah, we got girlies who have small kids in here too, like Janae and Nautica. They have young kids.
Yes,
So
and you
like
want to
them
start with them.
especially.
Yeah. And then even the ones that want to eventually have children. And that's a good thing to come to because then you'll know what to look for, especially in a mate too. Because after you have a kid, I ain't gonna say you're stuck, but you just gotta be careful who you pick and
Girl, we
choose.
stuck. I'm stuck. Stuck.
I love me some Nautica.
She said, girl, we stuck.
Child, choose them right. That's all I can say. Lord, please.
Yes, yeah, and then Brittany was saying she better habits, and Brittany, I understand that, and we're going to talk about that too in the group for habits, things we can do for the kids to mind us, and so I can come from my end because obviously I was militant, but see, I spanked them a lot. That was not good for me. What could have been better for me is to actually talk to them. It's like when you look at it's like for kids when you I'm sorry, you basically put your hand
Okay.
somewhere on. You look them dead in their eyes and you say, "Hey, can you go clean your room?" And just like that, and you're saying in a loving way, you're not mean, and for some reason they go clean your room. This is something that I just learned. I just
Yeah.
learned that. They
Yeah.
said touch, contact, eye contact, personal touch,
Touch.
and just love when you say it. And say, hey, and make sure they look at you when you say it. She said, I'll try tomorrow. Brittany.
I love Brittany. I love
Yeah,
her so
yeah.
much.
Try that, mama. Try it.
She said, I'm gonna do this tomorrow, girl. But
Yeah,
yeah, so that's
love
good.
it.
So people who are teachers or work with kids or also want to have kids like me. Because me and Tamar, we want to have kids in a stable
Yes.
family unit in our future. So we're gonna
Yes.
definitely come for the gems of that. Just so you get a scope of the type of girls that'll
Yeah.
be with you every month. I just wanted you to
Brittany.
see so you know. Yes, I would love to have twins
Brittany
because
is
I'm getting that
hilarious.
trauma out the way all at once. Okay, like you did,
Yeah, yeah, have them twins, one boy,
all
one
at one
girl,
time.
done. What? And I
Yeah,
had two boys, I was done because I was traumatized. But look, Tamara said, she said, yes, same.
and
Thank
twins run in
you.
my family, so it's very possible.
Yeah, see,
One
twins
stop
ran on
shop.
his family. So yeah, that's why I got him because it ran on the dad's family. One
Mm.
stop shop. That's right, Miss Brittany. Plays no games in these streets. You better say it.
And I'm requesting a C-section if it's too hard. I'm not doing no 21. Come on, Nautica. We can
Nautica,
have
you lying?
kids. Wait, you
Y'all
have
believe Nautica's comment?
I'm serious.
Blessings to you, Nautica. Blessings to you, baby.
I want a big ranch style house in the country.
I'm not mad
yes.
at you. I'm not mad at you. I'm not
Oh
mad
my
at you.
God, a
Yes.
ranch style house in the country with your 5 children
Yes.
and a beautiful
Let them play
husband.
outside till they
And
pass
they
out.
have
I swear.
horses. Right.
That's awesome. Someone
I
got to
don't
do
think
it because
nothing
I
wrong with
love
that.
being an auntie. So
Yeah.
y'all better go ahead and pop them kids out. If God has children for me, cool. But if not, I love being an auntie. That's what I am
Yeah.
now, the fun auntie.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
But yeah,
Brittany,
the
you got
thing, the mommy thing. Yeah, but the mommy thing is just so we can help each other collectively too with everything that I have in there with I just
Janae.
if we can all just come together, yeah, we can I'm laughing at y'all in this
They're funny.
this comment section. Y'all are hilarious. I love y'all already. Y'all funny.
They
All
are.
of y'all. Yeah, yeah. But if we can just come there collectively and just, point to each other, that's the whole thing of it. Just point each other, non-judgment, because we done been through some stuff. Someone
You
gonna
better
get you.
leave my nephew out of this, Janae. Janae, me and Janae became best friends in 6th grade and been friends since. So
Oh,
I
I
wanted
love
her to
that.
come. Yeah, I wanted her to. I was like, you have to come because she has a young kid and she
Yeah.
also was working with kids. So like, I was like, Ebony's gonna be perfect
Woo,
for you.
Janae. Woo, Janae.
So you're gonna come, right, Janae? I'm putting you on the spot, and you got to talk and say yes. I'm
And
gonna
she can
come.
tell her stories and how she handles some of her things too, because it's
Yeah,
a lot,
Janae.
y'all.
Yeah, so my son, he is 4, he'll be 5 next month, but he is autistic.
Yeah.
And I never dealt with a kid that had autism.
Yeah, your
I
hands are full.
don't know anybody in my family who even has that. So it's all new to me and I'm learning. I'm a work in progress. That's what it
Yes,
is.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Come on.
A
But
work in
being able
progress. We're gonna get it right.
That's right. And being able to come to just with a bunch of women collectively, whether they're older children, younger children, it's just so much that we can just give to each other. I'm serious. It's a lot that we can give.
Yes. And I'll take anything too.
And
Whatever
yeah, and
advice y'all got, I'm taking it all. Taking notes.
I'm excited for that for you. Honestly, I think it'll be good for you because
But
it's
I
stressful.
also, yeah, it is. And like also too, I wanted to, so I like to do makeup on the side. Like that's my hustle.
That's her
Yeah.
But
passion.
it's really like it's difficult because I'm a person that likes my sleep too.
Yeah, girl.
And
Always have.
I work a full-time job too. So it's like I like right now it's just hard to find that balance too because I have a full-time job. I'm a mom. I have a partner too of over 12 years now.
Forever.
Forever. That's I just love him. I'm so sorry.
Forever.
But forever. That's my baby father.
Your baby
Um
father, FAVA, your baby father.
but it's really
Okay.
hard to have a relationship with him, putting time into my full-time job, being
Yes,
a
baby.
full-time mom. Like I
And your
would like
makeup.
and my makeup, and it's been slacking because I'm just not consistent with it because I'm
I know,
just
baby.
child, I'm just so tired. And I
I
know
know,
that's not an
baby.
excuse, but
I
it's
know,
like
baby.
but I would really like to, elevate and really take it to the next level
That's
and quit
right.
my full-time job. That's what I'm trying to do.
And you will. And
And I
that's exactly
will.
what we're gonna do. And that's why we're gonna do this in this group too, because I had to do a lot of that. Speak my affirmations. I was writing stuff down. I swear I brought it all to me. I got that stuff aligned. It's just the first thing of what you're speaking and what you're thinking and putting that out there, the energy that your frequency.
Hmm.
Yeah. I learned a lot.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm glad I came.
Yeah, Janae.
That
I was like, I told her yesterday and I told her today. So I wasn't playing. I wasn't playing no game. Like
she was harassing me. No, I'm just kidding.
I always do. I don't care.
No, it's all love though. I know you have good intentions.
I
I know
absolutely
your
do.
intentions are there. So
Always. I'm gonna harass you till you come and show up for you because you
I
got
know.
to. Because you have the
Nobody else
ability to do
is.
it.
That's right, Janae.
Nobody else is.
That's
So
right. You
hey.
got to do it for yourself. That's right, baby.
I'm excited.
No, I appreciate, Ebony, everything you said.
Thank you.
And
Thank
I
you.
was like, man, I wish she was my mom.
Yeah. Why did we miss out on the Ebony mom train?
I know. Cause like what?
Girl.
And I love she was able to receive from her kids the feedback of, how they felt when they was younger. Cause these
Yeah, the drop. Yeah,
Because
the
women
women.
now,
these boomer
it's,
parents, at least you Gen
it's
X,
like,
these
oh,
boomer parents
you need
are
to
not
appreciate, like,
apologizing. They're
dang,
not
No,
accepting accountability.
absolutely
at
not.
They're not
all.
doing that. They're
But
not
they don't
At
changing.
understand. That
all.
helps. That helps people. You have to apologize. You can't. I didn't do that. When they came to me, I just let him have, and he let me have it. And I was crying, but I had him on speakerphone. And I put mine on mute, and I was crying because I was so hurt. But the whole time he was crying and talking to me, I was just like, God, heal him while he's talking and crying to me.
Aw, I
And I
love
just kept saying it.
that.
I know. I said, God, heal him. I said, God, heal my baby. Let him get it out and heal him. And then all I could do was like, listen, I know what I did. And I was like, I apologize. How can I help you moving forward? And I let him call me. I let him, but I open myself up. And even while I was asleep at night, or when I knew everybody sleep, I would just say, hey, mommy loves you. And I would say his whole name. Hey, Dion, blah, blah, blah. Mommy loves you. I will always love you. And then he called me one day crying. He said, Mommy, you was in my dream. He said, he was just standing there looking at me smiling. And he said, I just started crying. And he called me crying from the dream. So I know it works, but I know it's just genuine love because I gotta make up for what I did. I have to make up. So I'm just talking to the ladies that got the kids now. They will remember that. They will remember that. And my baby, he's healing. Both of my twins, they doing good. They doing good. So before I leave this earth, I need to make sure there's strong men that don't want to, hatred toward women because of their mom. Never that. Yeah.
Because the
But
mommy issues are real, child.
yeah, girl, that I done ran across guys.
Cross them.
I'm gonna say it. I want
What?
to say a name of one person, but I'm gonna let it go. He passed away.
She said,
But
let me let him live.
I'm gonna let it go because
Okay.
the way he demeaned women, you could tell he had a mommy issues. I could see it a mile away. I said, "Oh, he hates his mother." I said because the way he was demeaning women just to get a point across for men, you never have to demean
Have
anybody to get a point across.
yeah.
Y'all know who he is, but we're gonna go ahead and move forward.
Go ahead and keep going, child. You're talking about your kids, but like we have mommy wounds. Like me. Like if I swear, just even hearing you like be that type of mom towards your kids, healing me. Because like I have told now that I'm on my own healing journey,
Yeah,
I try to
yeah,
even give my mom grace. I've forgiven her for things that I haven't gotten apologies for, but like
yeah,
communication is off because okay, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm definitely defensive when she tells me about myself, but I have the ability to go back and reflect and be like, okay, you was probably right. And I will tell her, I will let her know. But I feel like she doesn't have that. Like, I don't feel like she respects my point of view or how I felt. Because I feel like I don't even think it's all her fault. I feel like they were just raised to just keep going despite, okay, I'm depressed, I'm anxious, I'm whatever, but I still gotta go to work. I gotta feed these kids. I still
yeah,
gotta, so they like just are in this functional bypass of emotion and feeling and like whatever else comes with you feeling like something that affects you now. It's like they're just like, well, move on,
yeah,
basically. Like that's how it feels. It feels very much like, okay, cool, that happened,
yeah,
and you were fed, and you were, we took care of you. So it's like you should just be eternally grateful, and everything else should just take a back burner because at the end of the day, I showed up as a parent. Like it's very that. Like I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I
No,
feel
it's not
like
you.
that's that
Yeah,
generation, bro.
yeah.
They just like, ugh,
P.
ugh. Go ahead,
I'm
Jazz.
like, and I tell them, go ahead, Nautica.
Come on, Peyton.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So my
Sorry,
mom
y'all.
actually was
Her
that
mic
way.
is on. Yeah, but no. Oh, Jazz got her hand up. Go ahead, Mama.
Yeah, go ahead, Jazz.
So my mom was actually that way. I like grew up and then my parents went through a divorce when I was 18. So like I experienced the middle of her venting to me as if I was her friend instead of her kid. And like me and her got in this huge fight and I didn't talk to her for almost 3 years. And it was like, okay, like it kind of got to the point where it was just like, I can live without that toxic, like, I don't appreciate how you talk to me. I am your child. Like,
Yeah.
and we kind of settled things this year. And it was like I set that boundary of you are not gonna talk, like, my opinions
That's
matter,
right.
my thoughts matter.
That's
And
right.
it was like, no, you're absolutely right. She accepted full
She said
response.
that?
Yeah. It
Oh,
was like a
wow.
whole different
That's
person. I was like,
beautiful.
whoa, who are you? Because she's always been this very, it's about me, it's the selfishness of, oh, okay, you're gonna take responsibility.
Yeah.
Whoa, who are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
That
it,
is so great, Jazz. I'm sorry, Michael. Go
yeah,
ahead.
No,
no,
I just
you're
said
good.
that's beautiful. We're
Yeah.
working on it. Pat's a little more hard-headed. She's a beautiful, wonderful mother. I ain't gonna hold y'all. She's done everything for me. She's the reason I am what I am today. But like, I want to be friends with you now. Like, we can be cool now. But like,
But I
we need
don't
to
think
work
it
on
would
this
be that way
communication.
out those years of not talking.
I
Like, I
know.
Mm,
don't, because she realized, like, oh, like, I don't, she never reached out. I never reached out. I
mm.
would text her, hey, happy birthday, happy Mother's Day. And that was, she would text me back and try to have a conversation. It was like, nope, like, I am not, like, I set that boundary. No, we're not talking. Like, I will tell you happy
Yeah.
Mother's Day.
You loved her from afar. That's what you
Yeah.
did.
And it
Yes,
was,
ma'am.
so like for her to call me and be like, oh, like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, like, and I like laid it out and I was like, this is how I felt growing up. This is where it is.
Mm.
And she was like, I'm so sorry you felt that way. I'm so sorry that I did that to you. And I was like, okay, like, I appreciate that you
But that's
accept.
all you needed.
That's
Like,
like all we need.
that's
It's just
it.
a little accountability, bro. That's it. Even if you don't feel like you were trying to do that, you did that to me.
Yeah.
That's my reality, and I
Yeah.
think they don't understand that. Because
Yeah.
like
And
they're
that,
like, my reality goes. It's still very much like I'm the parent, you're the kid. So you don't really have the
The
sense.
understanding of what's
Yeah,
going
like that's how it feels. Like she sees me as a 14-year-old. I swear. Like that's how
yeah.
she sees me. As
Yeah.
I'm her child. Like that's how
Yeah.
she sees me. It's like I'm a full grown adult now, mom. I have things that
Yeah.
I've
You pay
learned.
your
I've been
bills.
through
You got,
things.
yeah,
Like,
you worked hard for all your stuff, mama. Yes, you did.
and I think she don't understand the extent of the things I've been through because it's like,
Yeah.
you grow emotionally as you age. And I feel like they just see us as kids still, like just young kids. I mean,
Yeah.
it's cute, but like I'm not a kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm not a kid anymore. So we can
Yeah.
actually have adult conversations now. And don't get me wrong, now that I've therapied her as I'm therapied, we definitely like she's able to open up to me even about things like in her life, in her past that she's been through. And it gives me more of an understanding of why she was or why she is the way she is. Like, and I love that. I appreciate her vulnerability in that area aspect too. We're definitely
Yeah.
getting better. But
Yeah.
child, I know Tamara understand. The generation is just they need help.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Go up. That whole generation is just I try
Yeah.
so hard not to talk about them. But girl, you're causing
Yeah.
trouble.
They just need to apologize. That they just be hold themselves accountable. Because, like I said before, and just going back when I told my son that when he would, I guess he thought I was going to like go off on him. But
Yeah.
when I said I'm sorry, I said I apologize. And I just said I apologize. Girl, as soon as I said it, he was like, you heard his breath. He was like you could tell he's like,
Yeah.
he said, Mama, that's all I needed. And he was like,
Yes.
and he just started crying. He was like, that's all. And I said, I was messed up in my head. I said, I thought that was the way because that's how I was raised. I couldn't talk back. I couldn't look at her funny. I couldn't put my hands on my hips. I couldn't say what.
And
I
that's
got
how
smacked in my
we're
mouth.
raised
I
by
couldn't,
that.
yeah.
We were low
But
key
I
raised
mean,
by that.
I made it through and I'm good. I made it through, but putting that on, And I just
No.
like he said, Mom, that everything. He said, just you apologizing that one. He said he he said it was everything. Yeah.
Mm.
So he calls and check up on you. That's my babies. But anyway, yeah, ladies.
We
So what
just
we
need
doing
I just need access to you. That's why I just be texting you. Like it doesn't
I
matter.
know she do text me.
I just love you. You're like my favorite
Yeah.
person. It
No,
just
I'm
is
just
what it
paying it
is.
forward. I'm just paying it forward with good intentions. I feel that where I'm at now, I'm at my highest good. So now it's time for me to help the highest good of others. Whatever I need to, I might
Yes.
not be for everybody, but I'm just for the people that God has used me as a vessel for, and I'll take that. That's fine.
Amen. That's so Tamar, I just read your comment, and that's a fact. They
You got to
absolutely
make me
do.
go read it
And
tomorrow.
I'm hoping through my healing that I can also, but I also
Yes,
want to like do
tomorrow.
therapy sessions with my mother eventually. That's a goal of mine. Like I think I want us to have like a sit down.
That would be great.
I think that would be good for us. I
It's
feel bad for the
good.
therapist, but I think it'll be good for us at the end of the day.
But it's needed, and it's
It
needed
is.
more than what you think. I mean, there's people that's full-fledged adults, 40s, 50s, 60s, that's still traumatized from things from their childhood. Yeah, it's unfortunate. But yeah, anything else
Oh,
from me,
you're
Miss
right.
McKenna?
Yeah. Does anyone else need anything else from Ebony? Do you want to thank her or just tell her how great she is?
Before I
Or
get cross-eyed, because I go to bed early too.
I know. No, girl, me too. I'm
I'm an advocate of
in my
sleep.
80-year-old era.
Yeah. Who said they was asleep? Somebody in here said they're an advocate of sleep. I forgot who that was. Was it Brittany or was it Tim?
Janae been a tired girl since we was 8.
I love Janae.
I don't know.
Janae, I
Something
shuts
might
it
be
down,
wrong with me.
Janae.
I
I
gotta
love
go get
you.
that checked out.
Janae.
I'm laying here in the bed.
No, girl, when I tell you that scarf about to go on, I already did my facial regimen. I swear.
Go be sleep.
Nah,
That feels
okay,
so
And I
good.
get giddy when it's time to get to bed. I'm like, you did it.
Those TikToks where the people are rubbing their feet together in bed, like that's me 100%. Like I
I
can't
mean, all
wait.
giggly. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, thank you, Ebony, for
You're
sharing your
welcome.
story with us. Thanks for trusting me
Yeah.
to share you with
Well,
my
you're one of
girl.
God's girls, so I'm good.
Come on, because you already know. That's my dad, or whatever.
I'm with God's daughters, so you're welcome, everybody. Everybody,
Absolutely.
you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, Ebony. We love you. And we can't wait for Mama You Got This. So the first one is the 21st of February. So mark your calendars.
Yes.
It is for members only. So
Yes.
become a member and we will see you then. Follow Ebony on Instagram. Ebony, will you type it? I think it's I am Coach Ebony on
Yep,
Instagram.
it's simple. I am Coach Ebony on Instagram. I put up a lot of videos, inspirational videos. I inspire. I'm a motivator. Do you hear me? I got a whole bunch of energy.
And you'll get her every morning. She sends out an affirmation video. So like follow her so you can.
Well, you about to have a new follower once I get my baby out the
She said,
shower.
Yeah, every morning she comes on there and puts a little affirmation video on. So
I'm like, hey,
hey,
with all
Ebony.
types of energy.
No,
But I
we're
appreciate you all.
and thank you everyone for coming tonight. This has been recorded so you can rewatch it if you missed the first half or whatever, you came late. You can watch it back. But I love you dearly and I would like to pray us out.
Yes, thank you.
Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for my sister Ebony. I thank you for the time that we all had to come together. I thank you for protecting and watching over each and every woman of her promise circle and those watching. I thank you, Lord, that you have imparted and made Ebony's pain into purpose, Lord, that she can transfer it onto us, your daughters, Lord, that you have a plan and purpose for every part of our lives. And I thank you for using her as a vehicle to facilitate wherever you're taking your daughters in this season. Lord, I thank you for the healing that will come from Mama You Got This, Lord. I thank you for the knowledge and wisdom that will be imparted. I thank you for the growth. And I pray, Lord, that the seeds planted are constantly nourished, are constantly filled and watered so that they can produce real fruit in our lives. We want to see genuine change from this group, Lord. We're not just coming together hoping for little things. We're hoping for big things, for miracles, for fruit, for the flourishing of women who are mothers, women who take care of other kids, women who work with kids, Lord, whatever you're doing in this season with those women, Lord, I pray you bring us together with intention and that it blossoms and blooms into what it's supposed to be in your will. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, baby.
Amen. God bless you guys. I will see you tomorrow for Bible study. Okay. Your girl's podcast episode is up. I put it up today. So go and listen to it. Ebony.
Okay.
Just wait. You can go and listen to it. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. I love you all.